So I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but this is a review in which I put side by side two masterclasses that would have been marketed from prominent YouTubers. In this case, it's Sunny Lenarduzzi versus Jessica Stansberry, and the product that they were marketing is the same, which would be an online course about making online courses. Okay, so usually what I would do in these types of videos is off the top of my head with heavily condensed notes, kind of reiterate what the two webinars were about and then compare them at the end and give my final opinion on who I think had a better masterclass. And of course, these are free forms of content, so even if sometimes people might have less value in their masterclass, it doesn't mean that their course itself has less value. So let's just keep that in mind. However, I do want to preface this by saying I'm quite not at the highest energy level right now, and also I did these masterclasses 5-6 months ago, and I was going through all the notes and I realized that I had these notes really nice and typed out, very good for a video, but suffice to say I don't remember much of it. And also I'm not really in the course creation mindset. That's not really a product that I intend to do in the near future, so it didn't stay top of mind, if you understand what I'm saying, right? And you would say, well, why did you take these masterclasses in the first place? And it's because of how it was marketed. Okay, so both of them used marketing tactics that didn't explicitly say this is like a masterclass or webinar on creating a course to create money. They marketed it like it was a way, some sort of secret way to earn $10,000 or to earn six figures without ads or without a large social media following. And that's how it was marketed, right? So that's why I took the masterclass. Then I realized it was course creation, of course, because this is how they made their money. And now it's kind of like Inception, where you now teach people to make money how you made money with another course that you created. Anyway, a lot of people are doing that now, which fair enough. You did do it. There is a obvious success rate, so to speak, so makes sense. Anyway, on to the webinars. So we're gonna go through Sunny Lenarduzzi's webinar first, and that is because it's longer and I think there's more information because she just talks faster, so she's able to pack more information into her webinar, which both of them are 1 hour long, just because she talks faster. Okay, so she starts off with saying entrepreneurship allows you to create impact and income doing what you love while achieving freedom. Quote, right? So she then goes on to say there are 3 strategies to turning your experience into an online course, right? So the first one is identifying your uncopyable niche. And then she goes into saying that everyone has a hero story. And then she goes into some questions that you could ask yourself, which will give you insight into your own hero story, right? And these include: what is a problem or obstacle you have overcome for yourself or you have helped someone else to overcome? What is the most pivotal pivotal moment in your life? What is your career experience or expertise? What's a skill you've mastered? What do people ask you for help with? And what do you get most excited talking about? And your course is supposed to take people from zero to hero, which is from where they currently are to where they want to be, or if it's personal, who they currently are to who they want to be. Very deep. And she says, people pay for transformation, not information. Anyone can teach tactics, so that's the information. But when you create a course that is based on your own experience and transformation, it becomes uncopyable, right? So basically she's saying, put you into what you're doing, your personal experience, and you can't go wrong, right? You hear my pages rustling, oh my gosh. Then she says, your niche is you, which kind of reminds me of YouTube, and it does work for some people when your niche is you, but people don't really care about you. But anyway, you're creating a course, so it must be different, right? So your niche is you and a transformation that you have been through, right? So you're supposed to fill in the gaps. I went from blank to blank so that I could blank, right? So it's supposed to be like a formula. Specific person plus specific outcome equals highly scalable online course. Okay? So she's hitting you with the equations and the facts according to her, right? So pick the perfect price for your profitable online course. So this is number 2. This is the second strategy. You need your students to go from zero to hero as efficiently as possible, according to her. These are the 4 mistakes you need to avoid when you are creating your online course. Okay? Don't cram everything into the online course. Don't do that. Don't focus on perfection. Instead, focus on profit and proof. Okay? Don't build an entire course before validating your offer. And don't undercharge for the value of your course. So basically what all that is saying is make the course short and sweet, right? Charge for the amazing transformation. So charge on that value and not on the quantity of the information, but the quality of the outcome. Focus on the outcome and in gathering proof that you are getting clients' results, right? Or students' results. And don't create the course. Market it, and then when you sell it, right, then create it. That's basically what she's saying. Now, this is not the first time I've heard this. Other people have said this as well, but that just gives me major anxiety. I don't know about you, but that gives me major anxiety that I just take people money and I didn't make anything for it yet. But that's just me. Okay? Then she talks about the POP, which is the profitable offer prototype model. And she says it doesn't require websites or funnels or fancy tech, brand logos or YouTube. Okay? So I think she had a diagram here because I'm seeing in my notes. Yeah. So she probably had a diagram here of a mountain, if I remember correctly. And at the bottom of the mountain, it was like zero state. At the top of the mountain was hero state. Then it had the formula, which was like all the possible paths up the mountain. And then subtraction from the formula, which would give you the most efficient path up the mountain. So basically, make a simple and efficient course, right? Don't have them whining through a whole heap of things just to get to the same destination, basically, as the analogy, right? Right. So the course should have a framework. So of course your formula that you would have crafted to get your students from zero to hero, that would be your course. Then during the delivery, because remember you're not making the course before you sell it. So during the first run of your course, which would be live, or you'd be creating it, you'd be able to get instant feedback, right? So then you can refine it the second time around. And then also you have to have a support community, whether that be a Facebook group or a Discord server or any type of forum space on the internet, right? Right, so I already explained the POP. Let's throw that on the floor. She talks about being able to launch your course in less than 30 days. Okay, and I don't know. I don't know how, but that would be revealed in her Authority Accelerator program. So she is I don't want to say she's guaranteeing, she's proposing that with her method you'd be able to get cash flow, confidence in selling your offer, and clients and client results, right? And giving you a highly scalable business. Okay, so she also dives into the pricing of your course, right? So first she talks about people pay for transformation, for the outcome, for efficiency, right? For the feeling that comes with success, for the identity, right? And then she says people who pay attention, right? Some could argue against that. I definitely could. I would do a whole lot with free information because I am about just taking action, right? So I do use a lot of free information to my great benefit, right? YouTube University, Google University, love it. Okay. And then she talks about, right, the pricing, which I touched on earlier. The pricing has everything to do with the value of the outcome of your course. So you have to price it based on the outcome that you provide. And this is how they come up with their extravagant prices, because they look at the value. Okay, I teach you how to make a course and you made $500,000 with that course, then I should charge you $10,000 for the course that taught you how to do that, right? That's how they rationalize it in their minds. Okay, whereas I could go and buy a car and some equipment. So but anyway, now she talks about how you're able to market this course that you didn't create as yet, and without YouTube or social media or an email list or a website, right? So she's like, you already have clients out there in the world. They're waiting for you in Facebook groups, Amazon reviews, forums, Instagram hashtags, and website comments. So you're supposed to go on the internet, read Amazon reviews that your ideal client may leave on a particular book, on a particular subject that has to do with your niche, and similar with the forums and the Facebook groups, I guess Discord servers, maybe. She didn't say that, but I guess that's kind of like what a more up-to-date forum is. Like the only forum I know is maybe Quora. You know, go read some blogs and look at people commenting and then go stalk them. I don't know. And talk to them. I don't know, right? So this is a template to create profitable content. So you're not going on social media, but you're going to create content on social media. Anyway, she says, address the pain point. Feel like blank. Here's how to blank in 3 simple steps. So if you have a problem, here's how to solve it. Educate and execution. Educate with step-by-step instructions and action plans. Kind of like how I do with tutorials on my YouTube channel. Oh no, wait, you're not supposed to use YouTube. Experience. Reference your own experience in solving or overcoming this problem. So, create a story post. Oh, wait. We're not posting on social media. I'm not sure. Problem solve. This is just one of my clients, or one of the ways my clients did blank. And then a take action, which is a call to action. If you want to overcome this problem, comment below or send me a DM. Yeah. So maybe she doesn't want you to create social media like pages for your course, but she just wants you to use, I guess, your personal profiles and go into all these areas online and talk to people. So the third way is to automate your course to scale, which I think is more or less self-explanatory, but let's see what she says. Alright, so she's just talking about like what is growth versus what is scaling. So she says growth is when gains and losses are equal. Scaling is when gains far exceeds losses. Right, so the trajectory is you have your course, you get people to enroll, you get your customer transformation, you get happy clients who will then be ambassadors of your course. So that's your testimonials and people who are your like raving fans, right? Oh, of course. So the whole mix up with her talking about you're not going to use YouTube or create content on social media, then she comes back around to say using YouTube to scale your business. So I guess this is after. This is in the scaling part, right? This isn't before. This is not in the 30 days. This is afterwards that you have a profitable course. Then you're going to create a YouTube channel, which is a search engine, and position your videos to be discovered to create a never-ending lead generating platform for your business, right? So she has a course called YouTube for Bosses. So I'm assuming that's what you would be going through within her Authority Accelerator. Oh my gosh. So the key to profitable content on YouTube is a nice little YouTube tip here. What problem do you solve with your course? How are your ideal clients searching for the solution? When you know this, create consistent content and you have free and targeted traffic forever. So then what you do is you move people from YouTube to your email list, then to a webinar, then to your course sale, and then you make them your customer. And the main difference between paid and free content is that free content is tactics and paid content is the transformation. Okay, so that is everything from Sunny Lenarduzzi's masterclass. There are a few things that I probably omitted, and I probably was getting a little sarcastic when it came to the creating content part, but I just find it hilarious. I don't know. And there's a reason why I just be kind of hard on Sunny, and I'll tell you about that when I give my opinion at the end, right? So on to Jessica Stansberry, and she had a webinar also on how to create a course to make money, and this one was entitled Create 10K in 90 Days Starting from Zero. So the similarities are here already. We don't have any audience. We are not encouraged to get an audience. Maybe not. But the difference is 90 days, which seems a little bit more plausible. Still kind of reaching for the stars, but a little bit more plausible than a month, right? And she's saying you could create $10,000. I think Sunny is saying you can create 6 figures. So that's probably 6 figures in a year, which is probably around the same thing of having 10,000 a month. So roughly the same amount of trajectory is being suggested at here. So she starts off with, why should you create a course, right? It's an easy way to help people in less time, I would assume, as opposed to one-on-one coaching, because buying courses is the next natural step to anyone learning how to do something. And 3, we live in the information age, which is true. There's a lot of information on the internet, a lot, right? So, some mistakes to avoid when choosing your course topic, okay? Most course topics are way too broad. Niche that down. They don't actually solve a problem. So your course should solve a problem, not just give information. It's too fluffy, too much information. And above all else, it must be tangible. It's too airy-fairy. Need to make that solidified, okay? Oh, you do not need a large audience to launch a course. So she's breaking this down with some math. If you have 10 people buy a course at $1,000 each, you have made $10,000. I don't think I have a course in me that is worth $1,000 that has no certification behind it from some sort of institution. I mean, right now I'm doing a course. Well, I did get it half price, but the tuition was only $2,500 and the exam fees was about around $1,400. So let's say 3 times the amount of money for a typical online course from these online creators. And I'm going to get a diploma. When I do this online course, I don't have any diploma. I have nothing to show for it, except that it better work so I could recoup some of that money that I would have spent. Right? So, she is guaranteeing, or she's saying that with her course, within the next 12 days, you would have been able to prepare for a launch and build your audience within the next 12 weeks or 90 days. So now she's going to break down what you need. You need one content platform for audience growth. Thank you. Somebody's actually talking sense, right? Don't start a long form content platform. Use one that already exists. So what she meant by this is that, I'm going to continue anyway. What she means is that don't start a blog or a YouTube channel or a podcast if you don't have one already. If you have one, use it. If you don't start that, because that takes long to build up. I think Google takes about 8 months to start indexing your website. You don't have 8 months for people to start now finding your website, to then get to know you and like you and trust you, to then buy a course from you. It's not going to happen. Okay. Then you need an ideal client for your course, obviously. And so that way you know who you need to attract on social media. So you need the customer journey that you want to take your ideal clients on. You need to know where they are before they need you and where they will be after your course. Right. So that's what you need to know in terms of, I think, the content creation and the attraction of your clients for your course, right? Or your students for your course. Those are the things you need in that realm. What you need in the realm of like the logistics of it, like the technical portions of it, is you need your launch method, your email list, and a course outline, right? What you don't need, according to her, is to actually build the course. So, in layman's terms, the trajectory is the right topic to the right person, the right problem with the right solution, right? And basically that's it. That was her. Short and sweet. That's all the notes I have. That's Jessica's. That was the notes from Jessica's class, right? So, of course, those are bullet points. She would have expounded on them more, but she is more going the route of we're going to build up your awareness through social media using one platform that your ideal client is on. We're going to figure out the journey of the ideal client, the customer journey, and that way I would assume you'd be able to compose the correct sort of targeted messaging within your content to attract those clients, right? And then on the back end, you're going to make sure you have for yourself your course outline, which is what you'd be using to deliver the course in real time after you already sold it, right? You would need an email list because that's where you're going to collect your leads and convert them. And you're going to need a launch method, which is probably through that same email list and using the more traditional, possibly creating a webinar or maybe doing some sort of challenge with a pop-up Facebook group. So that's Jessica's masterclass on creating courses. Now for the comparison and my honest opinion. Obviously, Sunny Lenarduzzi has way more information within her masterclass for free, so she gets points there. Jessica, I like the more realistic approach of the time frame of doing something like this, especially if starting from zero. I think that 90 days is more believable and attainable than 30 days, especially if you're going to be building up a social media platform and attracting clients to buy what we would say a high ticket item, right? So I think she gets points there. Sunny, and this is something that I alluded to earlier, I think has more misleading marketing tactics than with Jessica. With Jessica, at the end of her webinar, you know for sure what the price of the course that she's selling is. If you go on her website, you see her price. With Sunny, you don't know what the price of the program is. She keeps saying it's a 4-figure investment, some kind of crap like that. So you have no idea how much this thing costs. You have to get on a discovery call, which is like a sales call for 15 minutes to talk about it. right? Which to me is like, I don't want to do that. Tell me what it is. Why do I have to call you for you to like give me some sales pitch to try and, justify the price? Just tell me what the price is, right? I don't like that. And I really, it really rubs me the wrong way. And the other thing that rubbed me the wrong way, how I even got into the mailing list for the Authority Accelerator program, is when you watch Sunny Lenarduzzi's YouTube videos, she alludes to the fact that she has this free Facebook group, or this free group, right, that you could join, right? And it's like, come join me inside of my private group or my secret group or whatever. And she makes it seem like it's free, and then you go there. It's to sign up for an email list, to get to the webinar, to then join the program that you still don't know what the price is, right? Now, if you do a Google search and you go and look into some forum, I found it, and at that time it's probably like a year or something ago, and I think it's somewhere around $6,000, maybe, approximately. If anybody else know, you can correct me in the comments below. But was that so difficult to just say, right? I can't afford it, but it would be nice to know that I can't afford it and not have this awkward moment on a sales call with you or your team, like looking at you and saying, yeah, I live in a different country, and by the time I do the maths on that, that's like half a year's salary. So yeah, there's no way that you can justify that. Sorry. Anyway, right? So, points for Jessica Stansberry on that one. We need to know your prices, please. Put your prices out there, loud and proud. Nobody likes discovery calls. People are grown. They need to know what the price is so they could properly budget. They don't need to. We already spent an hour with you in your webinar. We don't an extra 15 minutes to have an awkward call. We're not gonna do it. Give us the courtesy. Give us the courtesy. So because of that, because that is like a pet peeve of mine, I would deduct a lot of points from Sunny for that. But to be fair and just, her webinar is better in terms of volume, but in terms of like believability and trustworthiness, Jessica, her webinar is better. And if I were to choose, other than the fact that I probably couldn't afford any, but I could more afford Jessica, I'd still probably go with Jessica. But I don't want to make a course, so it's up to you. And of course, it's who you vibe with. There are other people, and if you want, I could make another video on other people who sell courses to teach you how to make courses. But once I get my hands on them, and if that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. But I would say Jessica have this one. I would say Jessica has this one. And yeah, it might be a biased opinion, but it's a more believable process to do something in 90 days than 30 days. Yeah, I don't think yeah. If you want to see more reviews like this, I have a whole playlist on my channel, and you can check it out, and I'll see you over there.